Hey CDA and welcome back to Patron. The volume should be a little better in this episode. Tweaked it a little bit more, and yeah, let's get to it. We survived another winter, we are now in year 4, and as you can see, our peasants are doing just fine. We actually haven't lost anyone, and if you think I'm making this look easy, trust me, this is not my first game, and I had my entire village die very quickly a few times already. So, um, just looking what these people are doing, like this herbalist actually cutting up some herbs, and this guy actually, what is he doing? This is the forester, right? Yeah. Look at this little lady going to plant a tree. I have to admit, all those tiny little details in this game are amazing. Actually, just seeing people walk around is not that special in most of these games, but actually seeing them work and, well, basically doing their job is really fun and entertaining, if you ask me. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. What do we have to do this time around? Well, we have most of our people actually already actively working. Let's turn up the speed a little bit, by the way, while we're doing that. We don't really want to assign any more people. We do really want to assign someone else to the herbalist as well. We could probably pull someone off from either the stone or tools, maybe even both. But yeah, I'm a little lazy. I'm actually going to do something else. So under trade deals, you can actually set up your trade deals. Let me actually just remove this for a moment, just so I can walk you through it. I was actually playing around with it just before I started up the game, or started the recording. So, as you can see, we're now producing quite a nice amount of stone, and we're not going to run out anytime soon. So, but we don't really need this many stone, so that's one reason why we could actually pull that person off stone if that's what we wanted to do. But what we could also do is actually sell our stone. So all we have to do is actually look it up. For some reason I can't find it. Oh, it's over here. There we go. Now it's actually going to try and buy stone. Well, let me explain this target. So what this is going to do is basically it's going to import or export until target quantity has been reached. We can also just import, or we can also export until we reach this quantity. So let's say I say, well, maybe 100 stone is more than enough to keep that. Right now, if I let it sit like this, it will keep selling stone until we reach a quantity of 100. So basically we keep a little buffer of 100 stone, but everything else that we're getting above that number is something we're actually going to sell. Now, similarly, what we could do is the same for tools maybe, because tools, as you can see, we're not using any of them. So we might as well sell some. And similarly, what we could do is also sell this, and let's say we want to have 50 tools or something like that. Tools are actually a pretty hefty priced item compared to everything else we currently have. And yeah, so selling these tools is going to be quite valuable. Yeah, and that will actually allow us to make some more money. How is our food production going? It's going pretty well. Oh, by the way, I actually forgot to mention one more thing. So these trade deals are basically automated trades. So this will actually sell it every time a ship comes by. It basically takes care of itself. However, what we could also do is actually manually sell stuff or buy stuff for all that matter. I don't necessarily see a reason to do so at the moment, but this is a way to basically get some more income if that's what we want. For now, let's see what we can actually do. So we're still on 3 workers, so not really any reason to reassign any of those. In terms of upgrading, we probably want to upgrade our herbalism a little bit, because we are currently not really producing much herbs. Part of the reason of that is because we only have 1 herbalist, but we might as well upgrade the buildings that we have. Same goes for the forester. I really like making sure the production buildings that we have are as efficient as we can get them. It doesn't really make sense to build another production building when you have something that you can actually optimize. Yeah, these things are actually really inefficient at the moment, but we'll just have to work with that till we can find a way to do that better. I think it's really inefficient now because one of these foresters is actually cutting down the trees that the other one is planting as well. You can switch that by actually switching the setting. So for example, we could set this one, or the new one, to only plant. and then have the other one just plant and cut. And by doing so, we make sure we have some additional trees going, and that's probably a good idea considering we're running out of trees here. So now we have 2 of them planting and just 1 of them cutting. Given the fact that we are producing, I think, quite a bit more than we're using, so we have 276 per year. We're using some here, so we're using 200 here. So that's actually most of those. But we can reuse the garbage, so we can upgrade this a little bit. And once again, I want to emphasize that upgrading your buildings is really key. I mean, the fact that we are now having the same output but using less lumber just means we have to build less of everything. Not just this building, of course, we can expand this building, mechanize it, etc. But just the fact that it's using less lumber means we have to build less of these foresters, which means we have less workers working there, etc, etc. It's quite expensive to upgrade these higher tier buildings. Basically, the further they are in your production chain, the more expensive that will be. But yeah, same here. So this actually costs both coins and lumber. So that's probably something we also want to optimize. And let's see, so this is our iron mine. This is, yeah, let's upgrade that as well. There's a lot of upgrades here available as well. So this is our coal mine. We could actually upgrade our coal mine as well. Coal is used not only to make more tools, but it's also used to warm your buildings. That's not necessarily what you want them to do with the coal, but might as well use that while we have it. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to kind of pause the game here for a moment, as in not build anything, but really focus on upgrading what we already have. And meanwhile, we are apparently going to pay a king's ransom. The king's advisors have sent a list of requests. No official reason has been noted, only a list. They want some roots, and everyone will become more happy, and if we don't, everyone will be becoming less happy. We don't have any merchants or gentry at the moment, and I don't really care about the roots, so you can go and have some roots. Yeah, the king has been nice to us in the past, so the efficiency is slightly going up because we are now planting more trees than we're cutting down, so that's a good thing. We could actually expand this at some point and actually have more foresters planting, but for now I don't think that's what we want to do. I do want to assign 1 more person to the herbalist. This is currently working at 124% efficiency, so that's fairly good. Alrighty. Sounds good. We already upgraded our fisherman hut completely. We are actually gaining food at quite a reasonable pace as well. Speaking of which, we also have an option here to research tracking prey, which basically improves the hunting lodge, which we don't have at the moment. That is probably something we will have to start working on soon, but first I want to get ice fishing, because this basically boosts the production in the most vital moment of the game during the winter, and 90 coins and 20 lumber is not going to be a problem whatsoever, so that should be fine. Now remember that we're currently selling some stuff, and as you can see we are nicely keeping a stockpile of that while also getting some gold, so that's really nice. To be honest, I'm actually wondering, how is this down to 96 per year? That doesn't sound right. That because all these trees were just cut down or something? That's going to be interesting. Pretty sure this can't be right. Well, it's right, probably, but I think that should fix itself quite quickly once we have some more trees growing up. But this, you can really see how a slight imbalance in the game can quickly cost you the game, so to speak, if you're not careful, because of course these buildings are not currently doing much, so we might actually want to build another forester at some point, but we can do that once a few more people grow up. I actually don't know if people actually die. I haven't actually taken too much closer looks at that, but I don't think they die, to be honest. I mean, they don't seem to be going into adulthood or anything like that, but that's going to be interesting to see if this actually drops at some point as well. So far it only seems to be going up. But yeah, like I said, we are going to focus on upgrading a few more things. So while I do that, I'll just make a quick skip and meet you back here afterwards. Well, just interrupting in my little upgrading spree for a pirate trader. My lord, an independent trader has arrived. Judging by the looks of their crew, they are truly independent, but more than likely pirates as well. In any case, they wish to purchase some of our goods. Should I send the garrison to deal with them? Yes, send them away. I want nothing to do with criminal scum, and it will actually improve our safety, which apparently is quite low, so that's interesting. Let's stick with the independent title, officially at least, send them to me. So that's a lot of coins. A huge, huge, huge amount of coins. It's gonna cost us some food and tools, but I'll go with the coins. But that does mean we are going to have to do something about our safety. Now, you can actually do something about the safety by building a watchtower. That basically ensures safety within its radius, but in order to build a watchtower, we are going to need lumber, which apparently we do not have. Now, we are currently already producing a bit more lumber now. Luckily, thanks to our planters doing their planting business. How are we on people, actually? We are still quite low. People, grow up! There's a lot of people having babies, so in that regard we're doing just fine, but yeah, our safety is getting low and our luxury goods is getting very low as well. We are going to need lumber for pretty much everything, so what we can actually do is we are going to set up a trade deal for lumber and set this to 50. And just make sure that we always have 50 lumber. With the fact that we're also selling stones and tools, I think we should be doing just fine if we do that. And hopefully that will actually ensure we have a bit more lumber going on. Because right now, even though on terms of food we're doing just fine, lumber is really an issue at the moment. To the point where this is actually not even doing its job because we are not getting enough lumber in from here as well. Interesting. So, lumber, safety, yes. That seems like a good idea. Can I fit it in here? No, I can't. But what I can do is kind of turn it around and place it here. So that should increase the safety. Actually, this fits really nicely. So let's fit it in here. It covers all the... Does it actually fit? No, it does not. But this road we can remove. So let's do that instead. Let's take this out. There we go. And then have a town building watchtower. Let's build that in here. Actually wondering, maybe I should place it here, maybe I should place it here. Let's have this go straight through. There we go. We have a little nice way going over there. Now we are going to actually have to take out one of these. Hello. Sorry. One of those. As well as one of those. And we are going to take out these because they serve no function. And then of course we are going to place some road signs because why not? They make things look good and they make things move quicker. Now in order for this to actually do anything, we are going to have to assign a guard. We'll do that after the winter. Because right now I don't necessarily want to have my workers not do anything. We have so many babies incoming. Yeah, so people are apparently happy enough to get babies. We're also drowning in gold now, so that's a very good thing because that allows us to upgrade some stuff. So what do we want to upgrade? The upkeep on this is probably something worthwhile. Before I spend so much gold though, let's check out the ice fishing because we do know we want that. We are also going to want a clothes shop. I think this is a policy that we can enact that will increase the production in quarries, coal mines, iron mines, forester huts, tools. So it's that basically that's a lot of things that's actually good to have. So let's research that. It's only 19 gold, and I actually want to test how that works exactly. I haven't really tried that out yet, so let's find out. So it's winter, good timing by the way on researching that ice fishing. So now we have over 2k production of food here. Don't think we have to worry about food anytime soon, although we do have 12 children growing up. So apparently we have almost as much children in the village now as we have normal people. Well, they're normal people as well, but you get what I mean. Did I just remove? Yeah. You can press the T button, by the way, to remove the tree, so you can kind of see what you're doing. Some people actually prefer playing with this off, but I don't. I want to see the trees. They're pretty. We also need more housing. Okay, so we are going to need more housing because apparently someone grew up and is starting their own family. Yep. So let's make sure we have a little road that can keep moving over there. And there we go. Let's just build one house at a time. Let's not overdo it. And yeah, that should be it for now. We are going to have to find something to do about luxuries. Now, in order to do that, we are going to need some more lumber as well as iron. And we can solve both of those things by actually setting a trade deal for some iron as well. The iron is actually going into the tools facility. Well, no, actually, let's do this the smart way. We can actually stop doing this for a moment. That will actually reduce the upkeep as well. We have tools. That does mean that we should probably stop trading the tools as well. So let's just set this to none for the moment. What is this going to do? Oh, the trade delivery time. We can do more trades, even ban goods. More, we can trade more. Okay, so that's all fine, but we don't actually need that for the moment. This is actually a pretty hefty upkeep as well, but let's make sure we have an insulated house, because, well, we don't want them to burn stuff that we don't have. We are also going to assign someone else. Let's see, we have 6 workers now. So, okay, let's see. A ship full of convicts has arrived. Their papers bear the royal seal of approval, sire. What shall we do with them? 6 convicts. We can take those in, but it will take a huge hit to our safety. Let's just send them away for the moment. That will reduce our loyalty a little bit. Let's check out our safety. So it's 51 now. So we now have someone who is... Oh, we can actually insulate the guardhouse as well. That sounds like a good thing to do. It's not a guardhouse yet. You can upgrade it to a guardhouse, but for now it's a watchtower. And now it's ensuring safety within its radius, so that should be fine. Not entirely sure if we actually need to set this to guard towers around our mines and things like that as well, but at least we should be covering the majority of our village like this. 5 workers available, so we could actually assign someone to a core. That doesn't seem particularly useful at this point. Nope. What I want to do is research a clothes shop. And I assume this will count as a luxury item. Although you could argue that clothes are not necessarily a luxury item, but for these people I think it counts as such. So let's go with that for the moment. We can now build a clothes shop, so let's see where that is at. So this will need leather, tools and coins. Now, so we don't currently actually have leather. We can get that from the hunting lodge. And this will need to be closed, I think, to a herbalist hut, yes. So one more building that we want to have close to all of this. To actually have this nice little spot over here. 106% is not a bad efficiency to start with. And as you can see, the trees actually disabling one of these, I think actually improved our general production over here because we actually now have trees. So we actually have trees to cut down as well. So now we are producing about 200 per year again. And we actually came through that winter real easily. The firewood is definitely not necessarily something we have too much of. We do have a good amount of it. The food is actually probably more than we need at the moment, so that is something to consider. Okay, so now we have a hunting lodge. Let's assign someone to it. Let's also make sure we have the most amount of leather production that we can. Okay, so this is interesting. We are actually getting massive amounts of iron now that we turned down the tools production for a moment. This is interesting. So the production during the winter, you can increase that. This is actually also going to be producing food. So this is going to produce venison for us. Quite a hefty amount, actually. So that's interesting. So we might as well upgrade that as well. So that's a lot of production right there. So that's a good thing. And then what we're going to need is the clothes shop. But we're going to need some coins for that. We should have that very soon. What we could actually do for the moment is set the trade deal and set the iron to sell. Considering we are producing ridiculous amounts of it. Is this not alphabetically, or is this not in here at all? That makes no sense. We have riots? Wait, what? Oh, we don't have enough luxury goods. No, I know, I'm trying to fix that. Jeez, people. Okay. Let's build another house for whoever just started his or her new family. I'm actually wondering what these rioters do. I mean, they probably don't do anything in terms of working. But they're currently also probably not paying their taxes. Yeah, you can have some leather and tools, that's fine. Let's reassign someone to this building. There we go. So now we are producing tools once again. We definitely do need some more. Oh, this is also using lumber. Jeez, so much people using lumber for pretty much everything. So I think we are also going to have to improve our lumber production for sure. However, meanwhile, let's set a trade deal. We are currently producing massive amounts of herbs. I'm still trying to find iron here. Is it? I'm not blind, am I? It's not in here, is it? That's so strange. I actually don't know why that is. But we can sell herbs. They're actually selling at a pretty decent price as well. Let's make sure we have something like 200 in stock all the time. But you can export everything else. The same goes for the stone. It still makes sense. We probably want to make sure we keep a little bit more than this in-house, to be honest. Oh, we actually already set iron. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, at least now we solved that mystery. Some of you were probably screaming at me for the past 10 minutes while I was doing that. Sorry about that. Sometimes I get really blind when it comes to these things. I'm like, why isn't this working? Okay, so let's pause for a moment. I think we have enough gold now to actually build that clothes shop. So there we go. I think I saw a research that actually, yeah, so the happiness is improved around the radius of the clothes shop. So we do want to have the clothes shop pretty close to where people live. So we might as well just place it right over here. Or actually, maybe what we should do is, let's turn on the grid for a moment. I do want to expand in this direction. So let's see. Let's make a preset road here already. And then we have a nice little area here where we can build stuff. And we're going to build a clothes shop. And I think this should work. What is this? This is a house. Okay, so these people won't be in range, but at least not for that little buff. And I'm not sure how important that specific buff is, but yeah, we'll find out. Okay, so let's see. We can probably take someone off something for a moment. For example, we can take someone off the iron mine. There we go. So now we have one person in the coal mine, no one in the iron mine. There we go. It also means we should not have anyone in the toolsmith either. And we definitely want you to work here. Optimizing the production. Seems like a good thing to do. And hopefully that will solve some of the riots. Reducing the upkeep is never a bad idea either. But this actually does require tools, so that means we do have to restart this production. So let's make sure we have this and this up and running. We also want this up and running. Alright, so let's see. We have someone in the quarry, we have someone in the mine, whoa, what's happening? Sire, we've received word of civil unrest on the mainland. There are people rioting. Should we ignore it or interfere? We can send them wax, because apparently that helps the king somehow. We can send them coins and herbs. That will increase their loyalty, which is pretty high already. Or we can get some immigrants. Do we want immigrants? Why not? We want more people, right? We do need to make sure we can keep feeding these people. But right now I think that having some more people is not a bad idea. We do need to build some more housing in that case. So let's make sure we build our houses in this little area where we have been building houses already. So how are we going to build this specific house? We'll do it like this. Then we can have a little road over here like this. There we go. How many houses do we need? We have 18 families, but I've been burned by this before, so I'm assuming some of these will actually consolidate into smaller families. We do need to make sure we insulate these houses though. And I do think we are probably going to need one or two more. So let's see, can we fit a house in here? No, but we can probably fit something else in there at some point. So let's leave a little bit of road here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to be building some more houses. There we go. Houses, houses, houses. And I think what we're going to do is just build a nice little block of houses here. That's a shame. We're probably going to have to move this road a little bit. It's just one tile off. That's a shame. But anyway, let's wait until we see. So we have... How many houses do we have now? 16 houses, 18 families. Insulate, insulate. Let's pause the game for a moment. So that means we are going to have to take out this road. There we go. Let's do it like this. And then just have this road go up here. I actually don't mind if something is off just a little bit. It does give some more character to our village rather than just to be a sterile blocky village. Okay, so let's see. We have 18 houses, 18 families, so that's good. We have plenty of food for the moment. I am really worried about the firewood situation. How is the luxury goods? It's actually going up slightly, I believe. Let's make sure we reduce the upkeep a little bit. Hatter. Create and distribute exquisite hats to the citizens living in the area, making them happier. Sure. Why not? So, okay, so that should reach all of these houses, so that seems pretty good. Let's improve the production a little bit more. We are going to need 154 leather per year. Are we actually producing so much? We are. Quite well, actually. And that's... I'm not entirely sure if this is counting the winter bonus. Yeah, it is. It is definitely counting the winter bonus. So we should be pretty much using all of our leather over here into our clothes shop and making clothes for people. Alright, so we are making some pretty good money, I believe, now from just our trade deals. We are clothing the people, we are expanding our colony. Sounds pretty good. It is once again winter, and let's see, what should our next project be? The little things. Yeah, more money basically is pretty much what we want. We also have a carpet shed over here that will allow us to product furniture, so that's going to be really cool. But furniture sounds like something that will once again need more lumber, so we are definitely going to have to upgrade our lumber production. Sounds like a nice little project for the next episode. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel and you do like my content, please make sure that you do. If anything, please make sure that you like and subscribe. It really helps out, and comments on the video also help the algorithm, so feel free to tell me you like the game or not like the game for that matter. Either way, it will help the channel, so make sure you comment if you get a chance to do so. Meanwhile, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the next one.